on Facebook. Yeah, I could run Facebook Live on one of these.
Just throw it up there in the corner or something.
You know what? They ain't smart enough to get on and watch this shit. Fuck 'em.
Yeah, screw it.
Yeah, I mean, literally what we do is we record and then we clean up and then we post.
Yeah.
So until we get enough followers.
I mean, that's usually we post.
He says, let's fucking go. I'm tired of sitting here.
You'll be sitting there for a while, Junior.
Because I found him on Facebook.
Hey, just
fine. Hold
keep
on.
it quiet.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You can go live. Just put it up here or something, Ted.
Yeah, I gotta figure out how the fuck to do this from our fucking backside.
I don't know how to do it. I do not have social media. Well, I do have Instagram, but how often do I check it?
Not very often. I tag you in a lot of
Exactly.
shit, and you don't ever say anything.
I've never actually tried to
I don't know
run
what the fuck I'm doing with it.
live.
Ted, you're just going to create a post, and it says go live at the bottom there.
Oh, okay, does it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Dick.
Create a post. Oh, hey, there we go. Yep.
Hey.
So smart.
Here we go.
Dude, I would just set it up here.
We're
Ted.
edumacated.
Let's
Yes.
see.
Hi.
They okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta calculate how much food we're making.
Oh, dude.
This is when you're really phone and it falls off and breaks the screen because he's an idiot.
Oh, yeah, and because we're live right now.
Yeah.
No, not yet. I haven't hit
Oh.
go live. But 3, 2, 1.
That again?
I'm a fucking idiot!
Here we are. We're gentlemen.
Yes,
we
yes,
are
you
live
are.
on Facebook. Facebook.
Oh, fuck.
We're all screwed now.
This is the Crack Skull Podcast. That's Ted, Tony, I'm Corey. And joining us this week is our good old friend, Jason. How are you doing, buddy?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, man. It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Fuck yeah, it
It's
has.
been a while.
It's been a long time.
This will end up being probably the Halloween episode, if I had to guess.
And that's what I love because that's my
It
haunt,
sucks
dude.
because I'm into Christmas.
What are you, fucking Home Depot and Target?
Oh, wow.
You wait your turn.
That stuff's been out since September.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
So shouldn't you actually be in the St. Patty's Day right now?
We walked through Menards last night because we had to get some stuff for the house, and Mandy was pissed because they had Christmas stuff out. She's like, I like Halloween. I was like, Halloween's next week, babe. It's coming. So
Oh, the 1st of October, they had fucking Christmas shit out, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
August
You know
is
I
the fuck
enjoyed
out.
that because it's gone.
Yeah.
August is,
Dude,
is
mine's
Halloween.
been gone for a hot minute.
October is already. They
Yeah,
didn't even skip November. There isn't Thanksgiving anymore. It's
No.
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
straight to Christmas.
money, please.
Well, I mean,
Well, what's funny is Halloween is only second to Christmas in revenue,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
and in the past has come close to actually out eclipsing revenue of Christmas.
Oh.
Right.
Well, the Christians can't have that.
Wow. Here we go.
Yep. We will go there.
I don't even, it's not even the Christians.
sparked that
it's
match
the
early.
Hallmark
Wow.
and all the people that make so much money off
Oh, yeah.
Christmas.
I'm
Hallmark.
actually going to drop this bottle for right now.
So if you two gents will allow me a second, I have to present Ted with his cigar he's going to smoke.
I'm terrified at the
You
moment.
should be, because it is a brick house.
Okay.
And
Is it
here's,
my one that I
It's
left
not what
last
you were
week?
rolling earlier.
it wasn't the one he was rolling earlier. And it's the one you left sitting
It's
in my
the one that I
bar
left
for freaking
sitting-
2 weeks ago.
That's fine.
Dick.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
You ashed on the
I
bar.
don't give a fuck. That's on his
He
stuff
doesn't
now.
care.
It literally sat on that stand for almost 2 weeks. I would not smoke that, dude. I'm just giving you shit.
Oh, I know. and when I left, and I told you when I left, I just completely fucking just spaced
And it sat
out.
there, and I was cleaning up last night. I was like, I'm not.
I will take one of my bullets though.
They're over there.
I can't get out. Yeah. See, I'll take one of my Willets.
Your what?
The Willet Cohiba.
You mean Weller?
Weller Cohiba. Yeah. I was looking at the bottle.
He don't know. It just starts with a W.
It starts with a W.
Ted doesn't even like whiskey.
No, I don't.
He's just here because he
You
wants to
gotta
be
love
free.
the fact that when I started watching you guys, the first thing I did when I was watching you,
Mhm.
and it was one of your first casts, so I let it slide.
Mhm.
Was Ted over there going, I can't find that Eagle Rares.
Yep, that sounds like Ted.
When did they become plural, Ted?
Fucking,
When I started drinking.
yeah.
It's like you should not drink as much before you go live.
Yeah, if you hear long enough, he'll start talking in.
I talk in cursive.
There you go.
Starts talking
Yes.
in tongues.
Yeah,
Oh, occasionally.
he does when someone sneezes. So,
I don't know what you guys are tasting today, but it's gonna be hard for me to get away from this MiddleWest.
that's what I got right now.
That was what I've already killed at the moment.
Jason hit me up last past week, and he's like, I got this. I'm gonna bring a bunch of stuff up, and the people on Facebook Live now can see the boxes that he has brought up with him. And a view we have never shown on the show before is that side of the room.
Yes.
Which I cleaned out this week, and we've moved
So
some
it's
stuff around.
completely different.
It is completely different. These guys, when I sent him a picture to Ted last night, he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can handle that."
I was like, that's gonna be
It totally changed because the cabinet used to be right here, and that one was down in the basement, and it had a big L-shaped desk, which is out on the front porch now, waiting for somebody to come pick it up. So,
free to a good home.
yeah, free to a good home. Come get it.
Yeah, if you're in this area.
Some chick hit me up on Marketplace last night. She goes, "Will you bring it to my house?" I'm like, "No."
Bring whiskey.
It's free. I'm not
Free,
free.
yeah, exactly.
Look, free to a good home, and if you want to stop by and bring some whiskey and drink with us,
I'm in Dayton. Bring it to me. It's fuck you.
right?
The answer is fuck and off.
Pretty much.
Fuck office.
So, but we're drinking. Jason has a barrel pick that he's done with a bunch of friends.
And Jake,
and
can
it's
you
the
actually
pumpernickel rye. So,
a little extra nip, please, sir?
a nip.
So it's 130 proof, but we don't need you talking.
That's why I said. That's why I said a nip.
Oh no,
It won't take that long anyway. So.
No, it really won't.
that's why I had that little bit. I'm
Yep.
good right now.
Yeah.
No, I-
Yeah,
No, I don't need a drink anymore at the moment on
Yeah.
that. I am still
I'm still
super happy.
baby in mind just because it's so good, and
Yeah.
I don't want to get so drunk I can't answer your questions. Not yet.
No, right?
Not yet.
You won't be out back puking over the rail.
Or out front in the bushes.
But I'm too old for puking.
Raise your hand if you were puking the last time you were up here. There we go. At least he was man enough to admit it.
There's the puking princess.
I haven't been puking drunk in a long time.
I did about
10 years.
2 months ago.
I was gonna say
Yeah,
it's been about a month or
about
two
2
ago.
months. Yeah,
Yeah, I actually,
month and a half.
I actually
Month and a half,
have
2
not
months
been
ago.
that drunk yet.
You've been drunk.
I've been drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been drunk to where you're just like, you two talk.
Yep. You know
I'm
what?
your
I'm gonna just sit
huckleberry.
here against.
And fuck you.
You.
We're Facebook Live. What, on your Facebook?
Yep.
It's on the.
It's on the page's
It's on the
Facebook.
company. It's on our.
It's on
our-
the Cracks Golf podcast page.
Mhm.
So we have the ability, since Corey and I started this, we have the Facebook accounts. I can go in and do everything directly from the page.
Which is surprising because he never tells me he's posting anything, and I get this notification like,
Yep, and I
so and so's liked your picture. I'm like, I haven't posted anything in a while. Like, Ted.
Ted
Yeah.
did it. Oh yeah, just see Von Payne Black like the
I saw that. Yeah.
drink.
Yep.
So did
No, I've
Martell.
never had it. I got a bottle. I've never
Because you said
opened
old
it.
fashioned.
It's good. It's different. It's lower proof.
I
But
just thought the gargoyle was cool.
oh,
It is.
Oh, yeah.
it's super.
I literally
it's-
bought it for the gargoyle.
I really want to find a bottle right now because they did a Halloween one, and the gargoyle it's more of a blackened, and it's got red eyes. I mean, it's kitschy.
Cask Cartel.
Well, over at
Probably. I mean,
at that Giant Eagle you were at, they had
they didn't have any today.
oh, they didn't.
Cask Cartel has them right now. I think they're $79.99.
You can order it directly from Von Payne and have it shipped up.
Yeah, but they link through Cask Cartel. They must have a deal with Cask Cartel.
Yeah, a lot of companies are doing that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Like I
it's
said, I thought it was kind of a cool idea, and I bought it because I do have my whole horror line of,
it's
Right.
you know.
It's a good bottle. It really, I enjoyed it. It's blackcurrant. It's It's versatile. You can use it as a mixer. You can drink it straight. I did what I call a Von Payne Black, or what I call
Von Payne like old
it's
fashioned.
the Code Black.
Okay.
So I take the Von Payne Black and I mix it with Code Red Mountain Dew.
Phew.
Oh, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
I don't ruin any of my bourbons with anything.
It doesn't actually ruin it. That's the weird thing.
I mean, honest to God, I hardly ever put. I never do it on rocks. Unless I'm at a bar and I want them to over pour, I might have them throw a
I'll do
in
stones
there.
at home.
But one thing I have found is the best place to go get bourbon is not a bourbon bar. It's a bar that has good bourbon that has no idea what the hell they're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I got to Buckeye Lake. I go out there boating all the time. And there's a place out there. I'm not going to name it because I don't want them to hear this and be like, I'm not pouring.
Oh, fuck that
But
guy.
literally, they don't know how to pour. They'll get it, not even a good Karen, just a tumbler. And they're just like,
4, 5, 6. Oh, that's good.
and I'm
Thanks.
like, I literally walk out and I'm like,
You wanted a 20-ounce bottle,
I'm
right?
drunk.
Yeah.
And I haven't even drank it yet.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, what are you doing? I go, I just got a 6-ounce pour for $15. And
Excuse me?
And it's they have Weller single barrel. And they're just over pouring all to hell.
And you're like, and I'm going to
lighters
keep
in my pocket.
buying that.
Well, I have found that there are some bars out there that are trying to become bourbon bars.
You don't
which
have
I
your torch
appreciate.
back yet.
But
Yeah.
I literally had one
I haven't
walk
sent it
up
out
to
yet.
me, and I told her I wanted a Stag Junior. I wanted to pour a Stag Junior. She walks up to me
Uh-oh.
with a bottle of Stag, regular Stag,
Yeah.
antique Stag Junior. She goes,
There it is.
it was the bottle that they took the Junior off of.
Okay.
She's
Oh,
like,
okay.
Which one do you want?
That one.
I could have been a dick because one was $20 a pour and one was $45 a pour.
At least you're honest
And
about
I
it.
said,
That's-
no, that's Stag Junior. My apologies.
I've seen some age.
They don't have Junior on there. But she's like, I ought to give you this one. And I'm like, she literally goes over. I kid you not. She goes over. She just goes.
I'm not giving you my keys yet.
She
They're just
filled
coming
the
out of my
Glen
pocket.
Karen
Go ahead and take them. Put them somewhere.
up
I
to
don't care.
here with Stag Junior.
Jesus
And I
Christ.
looked at my buddy and I'm like, I'm Ubering home.
Yeah.
Like she just
Done.
filled the entire Glen Karen with Stag
Wow.
Junior for $20 or $25. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Done.
done.
Wow.
Thank you.
Like, you're awesome. Here's $10.
Yeah.
It's so
Tip
sad,
well.
Because if I was a bar owner, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You just dumped that much of my bourbon.
Yeah. So me and Jason go way back.
Yep.
Years
Years.
and years.
20, at least 21.
How old's Harley now?
Almost 21.
Yeah, so about 21 years.
About the same time I met him too.
Yeah, about the same time. I didn't know.
Unfortunately.
I did.
I know. It's all good.
Ted mentioned to me because we weren't friends on Facebook for a long time.
Right.
Ted mentioned to me about 2 months ago. It's like we should have Jason on. I was like, Jason in bourbon. He's like, you should talk to him. And I thought I had a lot. Like I've counted my bottles. I have like 60 bottles down there.
I didn't
and it
make
just
you
keeps
privy to
growing.
the information that I knew.
And then Jason's like, no, I have like 400, 500 bottles. Like, fuck, he's coming up. So-
Well,
I've
and
pared it down now. I don't have quite that many, but every time I go.
350.
yeah, he's
Yeah, every
got
time I go
350.
out, it's like every weekend I buy a bottle.
Yeah.
I'm swing. Oh, we're going to Nashville. Let's swing through Louisville. Let's hit Michter's and Evan Williams. I'll buy another bottle.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? It's right there.
And
You're going right through Louisville to
Right.
get to Nashville.
Right.
It's
So
just like every time I think I'm done.
Yeah, you're still picking up stuff.
yeah,
So I've slowed down.
that's good.
I mean, I don't go out every weekend anymore.
What?
Battleground?
So basically, I send Britt's off on Friday, so when I get up for work, she runs over, and then she'll do like a scout. She's like, oh, yeah, they had Russells, they had Eagle Rare, I grabbed the Blantons while I was there, or whatever. If it's something worth grabbing, she'll grab it. And then if they don't have anything, then I don't go out on Saturday. I didn't get up this morning. I'm not going to go out and look for anything.
We
But at the
got
same time, I'm
one
not gonna
viewer.
pay second
I wonder who that is.
Right.
But a lot of people don't realize there's good bourbon out there that's on the shelf readily available. Like Wild
Oh, yeah.
Turkey 101 Rye is one of my favorites. Readily available, $20. Evan Williams bottle Bond White Label, readily available. There's stuff that you can drink on a regular basis that you don't have to stand in line for. You don't have to pay
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
tons of money for.
And,
Right.
and we've always said, like, screw being a potato.
Hey, listen, I tater. I mean, don't
Well,
get me wrong,
no,
there's a bottle I'm
I
looking
mean,
for, but I mean, it's
I'm willing to
point.
tater for certain thing, like, if it's something that I really, really
But my
want.
taters show up at like 6:45 when the doors open at 7. I'll sit for a couple hours. I mean, it's kind of just hanging out and talking to people about bourbon, so it doesn't really bother me. But I'm not getting there at 8 o'clock at night. If
Right,
I'm offending anybody by this, sorry, dude. I'm not going there at 8 o'clock.
Don't
at night
care.
to spend the night.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I got family at home. I'm not
Right.
hang out in the parking lot.
Right.
Like, and
You drop something good like a can of Kentucky, I might spend the night.
Yeah.
But
like,
Even if there's a slight chance at it. Yeah.
Right.
I can't tater overnight because I work, second shift. So I get off work.
You could.
You get off work. You can
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
really
you can
could.
just
I'm
Go
just
right
usually-
over there and wait.
I'm usually at the point where I'm just like, screw it, I'm going home. I don't want to do this.
Right. It is rough, man, sitting there. And I did it for a long time, because it was something like me and my girl did. Me and Britt, we went and we hung out. We met a lot of people. We talked. We made a lot of connections.
Mm-hmm.
I could always help people out. I mean, I've stepped out of line because the guy behind me has never had EA Sailor small batch.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
okay, I got like 3 of them on the shelf.
Right, like, dude, I've had it.
There's
I've
only
got
one left, and I'll be like, dude,
you.
I'll step out of
It's all
line.
you.
Switch
I've never
me
seen
spots.
that other than me doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched people buy the last 2 bottles out of spite.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
There was an older couple one time. We were in line, and there was 2 bottles of Blanton's left. There was 2 people behind it. Wasn't even me. I wasn't even going to get it. The guy in front of me really wanted a bottle of Blanton's. I wasn't even going to get one, so it didn't even affect me.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire time we're in line, this old couple, they had to be in their 70s. I'm shitting you not.
Mm-hmm.
And all they kept talking about was Buffalo Trace. She had to get her Buffalo Trace. She had to get her Buffalo Trace.
Mhm.
That's all she cared about. We're talking about Blanton's. Me and this guy, he's like, I've never had Blanton's. I really want to check it out. And I was like, well, I mean, you're going to be disappointed, but it's fine. Go ahead and get it.
Yeah, I mean,
I think we're all in agreement that,
but he's never
Blanton's
had
is.
one.
you got to try it and learn from the disappointment.
Yeah.
So there was those 2. And then him, I was like, hey, she's going to get a Buffalo Trace. They're only allowed 1 of each.
Mhm.
You're going to get one. He's like, man, I'm so excited. The dude talked his wife into getting both Blantons. No, that ain't what made me mad. And I lost my temper.
Right.
Because I'm got a short fuse for stupidity. He turns around and he's like, sorry, boys, all the Blantons gone. Sorry about your luck. And I'm
Oh,
like,
you got to be an extra douchebag on top of it.
so me, being that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, thanks for being a dick.
Dick.
And his
Hey,
wife's
hey,
like,
you know what? Don't be a
be a
Richard.
dick.
yeah. And he turns around. I go, that was uncalled for. I was like, this guy has never had a bottle, and I was like, you two won't drink those 2 bottles before you're in a grave. But you
Right.
bought them just because you could.
Yeah.
Just out of spite.
Yeah.
And they put their hands down and walked out. Never said a word. I'm just like, I don't care if you're old or not. You can be a dick at 70. I don't care. Like,
Right.
I mean, at the very least, could have learned from that experience and gone, you know what, you're right. Hey, buddy, look, you've never had it. Here's a bottle. Have a good day.
I mean, there was a guy
You could
come
have
in behind
gifted
me one day, and he works, and he couldn't get in there. And he's ex-military, been in the Army. All this guy wanted was a small batch.
Mm-hmm.
And he was behind me in line. There was 1 small batch left. He's like, damn, I'm going to miss it again. I'm like, no, you're not. He's like, what do you mean? I was like,
Switch
I'm
me
not
spots.
buying it.
I'll grab an OWA. And he's like, you're going to give me that little... yeah, you can have a small batch.
Mm-hmm.
He thought I gave him the world.
Right.
And to me, it's like, you're getting to try something you never tried. You're actually buying the bottle to drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not going to store it or try to
You
flip
know,
it or
so
anything
we're
like
trying
that.
to
Yeah.
flip it.
Yeah.
So I have no problem walking out of the way and letting you grab a bottle. So I got 3 or 4 bottles at home. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna grab it and take it from you.
And
Right.
I will say that's one thing that we are big on. We're not the type to buy bottles and sit on them. We're
Right.
the type to
We
bourbon,
buy it,
whiskey,
we
and scotch
drink
is
it.
meant to be drank,
Right.
right?
And I have a
you
few
know,
that I sit on. Don't
I
get me
might
wrong,
sit on
but
it for a while, but
I've
it's
got
gonna
some
get
bottles I
cracked.
don't want to open until a special occasion.
No, yeah,
Right.
that.
Right.
Well, you are still planning on
Okay.
drinking them.
So
Right.
That's
so
the difference.
We've had it, but Tony from AM Scott gave us each a bottle when we went out there and did our show there.
Oh, mine's halfway. Oh, I already
Mine's
told
still
you.
sealed over there.
Mine's halfway
Mine's still
gone.
sealed. I was gonna say mine is still sealed because I don't want to crack that yet. I've got so many other things that are in my cabinet, pantry and cabinet.
Well,
That
you have a
and
dining
cupboard.
room table. I don't no longer have a dining room table.
no, we don't have a dining room table.
No. It's also in the cupboard also.
Well, that's what. No.
Well, no. You have the cabinet. You have the.
And I have the pantry.
Pantry.
Yeah, those are the only 2 spots that I have liquor.
I thought-
Outside of my backpack. My backpack is my annex.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I thought you
You empty?
had.
Yeah. Pass that some bitch down here.
Get you some Weller.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only Weller there is worth drinking.
Now, I do have...
Or the 12.
I do have I have 2 bottles of SR down there, which is the only ones I could ever find because I go searching for this and you can never find it.
To be honest with you, I traded a single barrel store pick E.H. Taylor for my Weller's foolproof
Mhm.
store pick, and then these I got on single barrel Saturday,
Oh, okay.
and they had 24 bottles. I was 19 and Britt was 21.
Damn.
and that's where I got the OHLQ.
Right.
All those are from that single barrel Saturday.
Gotcha.
So we got in line. I was like, "You're grabbing a Weller no matter what," because that's one of my favorites. And my buddy Bobby got me started on that. We had a poker night one night, and he kind of like I do. He brought boxes of bourbon.
Right.
You think I got a lot of bourbon?
Yeah, he probably has a shit ton, doesn't he?
5 times what I have.
Jesus Christ.
And he's super smart. Like the dude you can send him a blind and he'll tell you the proof. He'll tell you the notes. And it's just like my buddy MJ that I work with, same way. He's usually pretty spot on a blind test. Ever since COVID, it's harder for me, and I have to take more time with something because my taste and my smell ain't what it used to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he brought these bottles. He's like, we're going to start from like 80-some proof. I'm going to take you up to 140.
Gotcha.
He's like, we're going to do it from low to high.
Okay.
So I'm playing poker, and I get to this one, and I'm like, man, I really like this. This so far, this is my jam. And he's like, that's Weller foolproof. It's a store pick. Ever since he sold
Right.
it. You know what I mean? And then he finished me off with like 140 some proof that it was good, but man, that was a hot one. It ain't like the 130 proof MiddleWest. It's not hot.
No, that MiddleWest is awesome. I like I said, I have the regular buy off the shelf pumpernickel, and I love it. And that one blows that one out of the water. So,
I wouldn't even really say that there's a
there's not even fair
comparison.
No. And Ted even likes that one.
Well, I just tasted
Which
it too.
one?
After I
Which
got
one?
my lips on it again, I was
The pumpernickel he has here.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. That barrel pick pumpernickel that Jason did. Better than the off the shelf by far. The off the shelf, I said it and I'll say it again. It tasted like the pumpernickel was off somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
That
does
tastes like a
not.
pumpernickel.
Well, you got to understand too with picks, they're pulling down barrels.
Yeah.
It's coming straight out of the barrel. There's no messing with it. Just
Yeah.
straight out, boom, bam, here you go.
Log onto your Facebook and send something out. Let's try to get some more people going live.
And not to
I can't. I'm not touching my
got
phone.
7 guys
so.
that are tasting 3 different ones, and honestly, the 3 we did, there was.
I would say
4
even from
of
your
us
own
went
personal
for
too.
3. That was number 3. Number 2 or number 1, 2 people went for it, but number 3 was their second or number 2. The one in the middle was the only one. It was still good, but the other 2 exceeded it.
It's like, yeah, that's good, but this is better.
This one here was just like, as soon as I tasted it, I was like, that's mine. And I was like, I wonder if I'm going to be the weird guy. And then everybody's like pulling up their numbers. I'm like,
Nope.
hey. We're all
Yeah,
the same
I mean
cook.
that is an absolutely fantastic bottle.
And the other guy that picked bottle 1 or sample 1, his whole reasoning behind it wasn't because our pick wasn't better. He said 3's the best sample, but because we're going to do what we're doing to them, maybe 1's the better one. Maybe we can lift it.
Right.
So 3 was pretty much across the board,
Mhm.
and that's what we all went with.
Okay.
And you know me, I didn't know the proof, but I always lean towards higher proof.
Right.
Right.
Well, just like how you were saying
He's
earlier,
a cheap drunk, that's why.
you know, you can actually play with it, bring out the flavors that you want with a few drops of water.
He's a cheap drunk with some accolades.
Yes, he does.
And I know Jason's accolades.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with like I said, with the higher proof, don't get me wrong. I mean, you got Weller foolproof. It's not something massive, crazy.
No.
Proof.
What is it, like 110 or something?
114, I think.
Okay.
I was just say 114, 115 if I remember right.
I don't even think it says on there, to be honest with you. But like
114.
114. So with like the Jack Daniel's rye that's sitting here, it's 130 some proof. You could at least have some wiggle room to put an ice cube or put a couple drops of water in.
Right. And break it up a little bit,
Change
yeah.
your so you're not getting the same one, and you might find a spot where you're like, oh my god, that's the number right there.
Yeah.
And with 80 proofs, they're already, or 90 proof, even 100 proofs, you got to be careful because a couple drops of water and you just
You
kill it.
destroy it.
And yeah, we've experimented a little bit, and I'm the type that
We need to get a dropper.
I have some somewhere.
I'm
I'll
working
pull
on
them out.
something on that too. Okay, I'm gonna do the one through Glencairn, but I generally will not add water to mine. I'll chill mine, so I'll use stones. I won't use. I don't like to dilute because chilling it can still open up enough.
Yeah, but the water, like when I went down and did I bottled my own Elijah Craig.
Right. Well, and you are definitely more learned than I am.
So when I did that, I took a drink. It was 130.
Learned.
Okay.
It was 133.
It's actually a term.
They had droppers there, so I was like, 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's still. I mean, it's good, but
Right.
I think it can get better.
Yeah.
On the 4th dropper, I was like,
That's the sweet spot. You hit the sweet spot. Yeah.
Right there. So I knew 4 little droplets of water, and I don't know what the proof changed from 130
at the end of the pumpernickel.
Yeah. So I just rinsed my.
But then you also have to think you've already taken some of that volume out when you've
Sweetness.
been putting it in.
Like
You're
when
like,
I
well,
rinse it out, that sweetness.
it's
Oh,
between
God.
this and that because I took a sip. So of course
And people don't realize that proof don't mean heat.
No.
It can.
It
It absolutely
and harshness. If you're not understanding how hot something can get, it can be really harsh on the
Case in
backside
point,
too.
when we did the Distillers Guild Whiskey Festival, we had Dietrich
Really good
Rye
show.
from Bell of Dayton Distillery.
Damn.
That clocks in at 100 and what was it? It drank hotter than it was. So it drank like a 130, 140, but it was only like a 114. Yeah, it was like a 114. It was weird.
Well, I was telling you guys about the light whiskeys earlier.
Right.
So, my buddy MJ went out, and he has a place out at the lake, and I went out there, and he's like, okay, I've got this one and this one. One was called Copper Sky, one was called Sinners.
Okay.
Both Colorado-based bourbons, but finished.
Okay.
One finished in Stag, one finished in Heaven Hill. 17 and 18 years. Same, about the same proof. 144.2, somewhere around there. The Copper Sky, take a drink, rinse it around your mouth, no burn.
Right.
No burn in your mouth. Swallow it.
That's where you get the.
You're going to feel it all the way.
Yeah.
Take the Sinners, same proof, different ages, different barrels, put it in your... It burnt from the time it hit your mouth,
All the way
to
down.
it hit your throat, to hit your stomach, till it came out 3 hours later. Like,
Gotcha.
Burn my asshole! Burn
and
my
like
asshole!
I said, just between...
It will
My
clear.
dick
It will
is
clear
on
out any
fire!
STD on the way through.
My dick is on fire.
And it was funny because his brother-in-law or nephew showed up, and I said, listen, man, when you take that one, there's going to be nothing in your mouth, and then that one's going to be hot. And he's like, oh, yeah. Like, it was just weird. I was like, that's the only difference. One was a chocolate bomb, one was more caramel.
Right.
But...
Well, that shows you what the barrels can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all about how it's done and aged and what they're using in it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, people when they're like, oh my God, how are you drinking 140 proof? I'm like, it's not.
It's not even that big of
I
a
mean,
deal.
we've drank 130 plus.
Yeah.
That's been super smooth and
You just had that pumpernickel.
Oh,
Yeah,
I know.
beautiful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
You
that
don't
is
even make a face. You're just like,
No, that's
Thank you again for bringing
yes.
No. That face is.
Thank you for bringing me back to the side of MiddleWest on the pumpernickel where I go. I enjoy that.
that. Yeah, because he swore off MiddleWest after the last.
I swore off the pumpernickel from them. And I've had other stuff MiddleWest that's been really good. It was just that off the shelf pumpernickel was just.
but again, with off the shelf, you can have one bottle that's bad. And,
That's-
or air it out, let it sit for a month or two,
And it's
then
great.
go back.
Yeah.
That's the problem with bourbon. You might get a pour that's trash.
Right.
Go back a
Oh.
month later and be like,
What do we
this
know about a
changed.
trash bottle?
This might hurt your feelings a little bit. So I have a bottle of Russell's 10. I have a bottle of Russell's 10 year down there.
okay.
Meh.
I don't particularly like it.
It's better. As a matter of fact, the bottle says
But
add 2 drops.
I did write on it. Put 2 drops of water in it. It's gotten a lot better every class.
And
I
it
put 2
will.
drops in it, and it seems to open it up a little bit more. It's a little more enjoyable now. So before I was just drinking it to fucking get rid of it,
Right.
and now I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna keep it because I know where the sweet spot is for me personally.
Right.
And if I do get myself hammered and I pull the bottle out,
so bad.
2 fucking drops of water, 2 drops, and I'm good to go. I know where I'm at on it.
Well,
So
We both- I think me and Corey both-
I've got a couple store picks,
Right.
He's had to,
and they're single barrel store picks, and those Russells are phenomenal.
right.
But they're, again, it's all over the place. You might get a store pick that you're not a fan of, and there might be a store pick that you really like because you're when you're doing a pick, you're going off of somebody else's flavor profile,
Right.
hoping that there's 5, 6, 10 guys
Pick
at
something
least
that
the
you're gonna
majority
like.
of them
And-
have
Pick
the
something
same
you
taste.
like.
I would love to be able to get us to do a barrel pick.
Yeah.
Which
You can, but I mean, you're going to be anywhere between $5,000 to $12,000 to buy that barrel.
right.
And you got to get a bunch of people involved that's willing to pitch in.
Right.
Yeah.
To
And
help
once
us,
you do that,
help
then,
get that pick.
then
Yeah.
it's not a big deal. But then if you're going to do a pick, are you going to sticker it? You got to buy the stickers. Are you going to dip it? You got to buy the wax.
Yep.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's worth it because it's fun. If you're really into it,
Right.
it's worth doing. You just got to get enough people on board to make it worth doing.
Well, and like I want to work with one of the distilleries that we've been to. So I've mentioned them a couple times.
I only know locally MiddleWest, and they were phenomenal.
So we went down and we did Indian Creek. Indian Creek Distillery is in New Carlisle, Ohio.
They're on OHL. So it's
just north of Dayton, like
it's 20 minutes.
northwestish of Dayton.
20 minutes that way. They're on OHLQ, but they don't sell anything in OHLQ stores. You have to go directly there to buy their stuff. So
yeah, there's a lot of, believe it or not, there's so many
little craft places like that. Yeah.
There's a place down in Tennessee where my buddy has a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Mill Dam.
So
They got their own bourbon.
So anybody doesn't know who Jason is, we have him on because he's run haunted houses and stuff before.
He's my haunt buddy.
He's his haunt buddy. Yeah. So. But we'll eventually get around to that. But we're geeking out on whiskey right now.
He's my horror buddy.
Sorry, I thought we were talking about whiskey here.
Oh, we are.
We are.
That's why we haven't gotten on to
anything else. If it's not this show, it will be the next one.
Oh yeah. Right. But Indian Creek. So they're running the second oldest stills in the world.
Yes.
200-year-old pot stills.
Where did they get them from?
They are original.
They've owned them.
They're original. They've owned them.
Since
way before Prohibition.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
they stored them. We did a
whole episode on this.
We did, and Missy let us know. So they stored them in the Rick House.
The only one older is over in Ireland.
Scotland. So they stored them in the Rick House. When the tax man came around, he was like, "Hey, by the way, you guys destroyed your stills, right?" And yep, they're done. Okay, have a good day. And left. Never checked the property. They pulled them down, cleaned them up, and they've been running those 200-year-old pot stills
since.
Two girls.
Yeah.
Since. And they make some of the best local
and it's pretty.
Whiskey.
They are very pretty.
I'll tell you one thing you'll want to do. If you ever go to MiddleWest and you go on a tour, if they have it available.
Who the fuck was that?
That was my phone up there.
Okay.
If they have it available, they got some of the best white tog mash you'll ever put your lips on.
So, Indian Creek has their white, and it is
fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had white dog from every tour I've ever taken, and my buddy's like, "Hey, you gotta try MiddleWest." He's like, "Dude, I'm telling you."
MiddleWest is where it's at. I love local and I love MiddleWest.
I walked through, and it was an old run because we were in there for a pick, not a tour.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So there was just what was left in the tube. And he's like, "There's a little bit left in here." I ended up drank the whole damn thing. Like, this is really good.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like I said, I'm not here to just blow up MiddleWest by any means.
No.
But the experience I had there.
Right.
Well,
you and I talked this week. They have their hands in a lot of other companies
they do,
too.
Which I'm not going to get into.
I
don't know what they want people to know because even when we were there, they didn't even
mention it. Yeah.
We just kind of knew.
Yeah.
So they're not just MiddleWest. I mean,
They're kind of like Ohio's MGP.
I think people need to really realize who they are. And
they're Ohio's MGP.
That's
really what they are.
Yeah. And they're going to eventually. People are going to start noticing.
Yeah.
It hasn't got there yet because it's still your Buffalo Trace, your Willett, your Heaven Hill, your Luxrose.
Well, and
anybody that's watched our show long enough knows I love Horse Soldier, which I have a bottle down there, and I have
barrel proof phenomenal.
And High Banks. I have High Banks just at the whiskey bar down there.
I still want
barrel
to
proof, which is really good.
Wars,
yeah.
I still want that one bottle.
Which one?
The one with the cross pistols on the top.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This foolproof is really good too.
Yeah.
Have you had the foolproof yet, Ted?
Foolproof.
No, not yet.
It's really good.
I'm actually kind of.
Yeah, you're.
I did 2 glasses of that.
Ted'll be fucked up before you know it.
I did 2 glasses of that
Let him
MiddleWest.
pace himself because he's already had 2 things of MiddleWest.
He's only this big around. We're all a little bit bigger.
I did 2 glasses of that MiddleWest, so I'm actually kind of like.
I'm being smart.
Puke and rally.
Well, that's a crazy thing. A year ago today, I was up to 271.
Oh God, that's a big boy.
And now I'm down to 210.
Damn, son.
So I
been working your ass out, dude.
See my cooler because I bring my own lunch because I live on keto now.
Oh, okay.
But I literally dropped 60 pounds.
God damn.
Yeah, I dropped a small child.
So I did. So last year with Martell from
I could drink bourbon.
Yeah.
No carbs.
Right, that's why I quit drinking beer, dude. I just occasionally I'll have a Guinness, but I've gone to whiskey.
Yeah, occasionally I'll drink a beer, but I'd rather have the
or a 12-pack.
Yeah. Martell from the Buckhorn Podcast. He did Sober October last year, and I joined it. It was just us two. We tracked our stuff, and
you know,
I was at 250 when I started that. I was down to 235 by the time we got to the end of it, and I've maintained that for the entire year. I'm still at 235 right now.
I still have the message.
I feel really happy about that, but I know I can do better and get that. I would like to be at about 200 for my size.
10,000 times.
Oh, I bet you do.
I mean, everything.
I fucking
Just
bet
my
you do.
energy, my knees, my back. I mean,
Oh,
Right?
without a doubt.
I still have the message on my phone where you told me earlier this year.
I was going to do it, this year.
I'm going to go sober October.
I didn't
October
this
hit, and I'm
year.
like, well, that went out the window.
October 1st.
I didn't say anything.
I
We're
forgot-
coming to the end of October, and
I forgot that October 1st hit on a Sunday, and I was drinking those editing videos. Like,
Oh,
well,
yeah,
I
he
just
was.
fucking blew this thing out of the water, so I'm not doing it. So.
He was.
but I mean, like I said, you can drink vodka and bourbon, and
Right.
you're good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, drink any of them, any of these, and you're great. Yeah.
I'm just here.
Oh, you're just here. Yeah. I mean,
I'm usually just here too.
Yeah.
So.
right?
I'm in the moment right now.
So
It's
we
good shit.
We
I'm
did
trying
kind
to
of
pace myself here.
I know
right.
you are.
We did kind of say it. You know, Jason is. Jason's got some accolades behind him.
He does.
And
I paced myself. We pulled out the 140 proof fucking pumpernickel again. So
And you're just like, oh, I'm pacing myself.
just need a little nip to
it
get
is
through.
so good.
So good.
It is right. Now you know why I wanted the extra glass. I was like, I need a little bit more, please.
Yeah.
I don't have to leave till 5.
Yeah, you're good. It's just now 2:00. You got
so-
3 hours. You can
So
sober
one of the
for 3
first things that I remember of Jason, outside of the haunts and everything, and his character that he played, and everything. Yeah, gotta love Last Laugh.
Last laugh.
He's
Laugh.
retired, but
Yeah.
Permanently retired?
dude, I'm pushing 50, bro. That running around
Are
the
you
costumes.
are you that much older than me? How old are you?
I'll be 47 next month.
Are you really? You're fucking 3 years older than me. Okay,
And,
I didn't know you were that.
I just turned
I just
41.
carry that
So
baby face.
right. The 3 old men here,
Yeah, no
and then
shit.
the baby.
He's
But
not even 40 yet.
yeah,
Baby.
I remember
His beard is that
You
big
need a
though.
nipple
Darn.
for his little
He
character.
does need a nipple. Hold on, I got you. Hold on.
Fuck you.
Carry
There you go.
Carry on.
No. We have to do it with a new mic.
Oh.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
the
grab that
special
later.
effects company that you started.
Morbid FX.
Yes. That
Is that
was
still
always
going on or no?
No, well, it is. Scott Slager, when I took on moving into the haunt to be an owner, I pretty much stepped away and gave it all to him.
Will you go ahead and give your accolades? Because
yeah. These
I know
are
people outside of my friends who go to haunted houses may or may not know who you are. You've done Carnage.
I've done Carnage. I ran the Creep. I've worked
the coop.
all. I mean, I can't. I've got, put it this way, I got like 10 tombstones on my leg with every haunt that I've
Okay.
managed, owned, worked at, did makeup, whatever.
Mhm.
I've been doing it for 33 years, since I was 14. I'm
Okay.
almost 47, so whatever that difference is.
33.
A long damn time. I'm pretty much retired now because I'm just burnt out.
Right.
Fuck it,
I
I'm
don't
old.
blame you.
I am. I'm getting old.
You were telling
telling
me before we got started here. You were like putting 95 hours in
Yeah,
at the.
yeah. I mean, between my full-time job and then trying to do it, it's just it cuts into your family life. It cuts into everything.
Right, it
It
does.
burns you out to the point where you lose passion.
Mhm.
And I hope to get my passion back into it. You know, I mean, I still try to support haunts and friends that are still in the business. I just got back from Memphis down at Haunt Web. A couple of friends out there went out to Pittsburgh to a place, 100 Acres Manor. Good
Mhm.
friends. I try to still.
Support them and.
But when
yeah.
I'm there more for them than I am
Right, for yourself.
Like walking through the haunt. 'Cause
Right.
It's like, do I miss the design aspect? I do. I miss the design. If I could just go in and literally not have any responsibilities other
Mm-hmm.
than to take this room and make it something.
Right. You'd love it. That'd be
Right.
your, that'd be
Here,
your
let me
wheelhouse
lay out
right
your
there.
floor plan.
Yeah.
Pay me. Bye.
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
I will tell you, I don't go to haunted houses and do that kind of stuff because I will walk out with a fucking assault charge.
Or a wet stain on the front of his pants.
Nah, I'll fucking knock somebody out.
But yeah, I mean, I've done it for a long time. I mean, it's in my blood. I love designing. I
Right.
mean, I acted for 27 years. I traveled the country doing my
Right.
Con Last Laugh. There was even a movie written about him. That's a whole nother story. That we wrote the movie, and then they tried to cut me out, and I sued them. Now I own the rights to the movie and my clown.
Oh, fuck, there you go.
Cost me $10,000, but I do have it.
Right.
Well, and
So if
You
anybody
should-
out there listening wants to shoot a movie, I got a whole script.
I actually tried to partner up with Jason a while back.
Mm-hmm.
I had a character that I was going to create, and I was going to have him help me do the makeup and everything for.
You don't need any makeup. Your face is enough.
I know, right?
You about to put whiskey all over Tony.
Mind you, this is when I was younger and
that wouldn't be the first time that's never happened.
This is when I was younger and a little better looking.
Little better looking? It ain't gone far.
But yeah, and I couldn't make it work out because of my work schedule and everything.
And I still kind of enjoy that. I still kind of, if somebody wants to develop a character,
I do miss working in haunted houses.
I will help them develop a character.
Right.
What I tell people, if you're gonna create something,
right,
have a backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Have a reason that and if you need help creating it, and try to make it the same every time. Don't change different. I mean, Last Laugh kind of had some different variations over the years, because when I first started out with him, he was a purchased prosthetic.
Gotcha.
I actually won it at a haunted house actors makeup group that I went into the first meeting I ever went to, called Feature Creatures.
Mm-hmm.
I went there and I won this prosthetic of a clown. And I always wanted to do a clown, so it just worked out great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Last Laugh
My
was
wife
born.
hates clowns.
But over the years, when I got into Morbid, I had my partner, Scott Slager, sculpt me something to more of my vision.
Okay.
And I didn't want to sculpt it. I didn't want to touch it because I wanted it to be done by somebody else. Now I have about 50 of those prosthetics in a bag where if I decide I want to dress up as Last Laugh, I can glue one on, but I never had this. I didn't grow this until COVID. I never had a beard. I'm 46 years old. COVID, working from home is where this beard came from. I never grew one.
Right.
I don't want to shave this to do it. So if I ever did
I'm not
another
allowed.
one, I would do a sock mask where I would take my prosthetic.
Yeah, I'm not allowed either.
I would glue it to pantyhose.
Mm-hmm.
I would paint it up, cut the eye hole, so I could just slide it over, and I could still get the movement.
Ted calls that Friday night. Put videos on
Wait.
Early Saturday morning.
No, that's a gimp suit that he wears.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry, I forgot.
I'd fuck me.
I would.
I'd fuck me so hard.
But, so I did that for years. I mean, traveling all over.
Would you pay me? I'd pay me.
I would pay you.
I mean, from Waverly Hills Sanitarium to...
Dude, that's a fucking joint, man. Let me tell you. That's of the...
And the owners are such awesome
It could be
people.
haunted places. That's the one place I want to go.
No, not could be.
I'm saying...
That place is fucked up.
I bet it's fucked up.
It is.
I've seen some shit come out of there
I've been
that's
lucky enough
crazy.
with being friends with the owners, and I've got to explore every inch of that place.
Mm-hmm.
From walking the death tunnel to playing hide and go seek in the morgue.
Right.
So it's a really, really.
Did you put the
cool-
ball down in the hallway?
Timmy? No.
Yeah, no, Timmy.
I mean, I've seen. I never personally seen anything.
Right.
What I did have happen there, since this is
Please touch on it because that's awesome.
So
I'll touch on what happened here at the house. We've already talked about it, but I'll touch on it
We were
again.
on the way back from a haunted house. It was me, a friend of mine, Jackie, Tater, and I think growing Bree was with us. And we were coming back from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So we stopped by there. We were just stopping by to say hi, whatever. So we decided, the owners, Charlie and Tina, are like, hey, just
Them two are really cool.
Go in, stay off of this floor.
Right.
It's under. We're doing some stuff. So, but
To stabilize
do
it.
whatever you want.
It's,
I mean, nobody's there but hurting those guys and us. And we've been down there enough that they trusted us. Well, for my friend Tater, he decided, I don't know why, but it was a great idea. He brought an Etch-a-Sketch or a Magnadoodle
okay.
for
Yeah.
the trip. Mm-hmm. So while we're stuck in like Atlanta traffic, he's like holding it up to people like traffic fucking sucks.
Show me your tits!
So
Send
we
bourbon.
got out of the car
Yeah.
and I was like, hey, grab that Magnadoodle.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea. And they're like, okay. And I've done ghost hunting before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually thinking about starting up another group. I even have a medium that's on board, and so that's something else going down the road. But
I could be roped into that just for you know.
just let me know.
So
I'll
could
take
I
you
easily?
But so we go into the building, we go to the electroshock therapy room or whatever the hell they called it, and there's a table laying there. And I said, I'm just going to do something. I just want to see what happens. And I wrote on the Magnadoodle, who is here? Something. You know, so I pulled the pin out to the end of the string and laid it down. So I knew that it was straight out.
Right.
Yeah.
We go through the whole place. Not really anything. It was during the day. It wasn't even at night.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew we had to get back to Columbus. We still had 10-hour drive out.
Right. Yeah. At that point, hours.
So we're getting ready to leave, and I was like, shit, guys, we forgot the Magnadoodle.
Yeah. Go
So
grab
we go
that.
back in the building, figure out where the hell that room was, because, I mean, it's a huge building.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah, it's massive. So we get there. The pin is sitting on the Magnadoodle. It's erased. And you could barely see where something put, like, W-H-Y, like, why.
Right.
Asking why.
Right. Because it doesn't realize
the girls freaked. They were
Yeah.
done. Tater, everybody freaked but me, and I was like, "This is so fucking cool." They're all like, "We're leaving. Grab it. Let's go."
Right.
That's when
Right,
I go,
no,
that's
no.
awesome.
No, I'm sitting there going, because
Well,
So, that's when he goes,
well,
damn it, I wish I had a camera on that.
I
Right.
will wait.
So, I've told these dudes here, and it's been on the show. When the cabinet was over here, I was up, and I was drinking. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or nothing like that.
so
I
there's
was
your spirits.
right.
He was into the
And it's-
spirits
and it's
before he
empty.
saw the spirits.
But we did have a shadow person peek out beside the cabinet at me, and there has been somebody that's committed suicide in this house.
Nice.
So, yeah. So I figured it was kind of there's been.
Can I investigate it?
Yeah, come on up.
Right.
Anytime. There's shit that moves around. Not moves around, but you hear shit moving around. It's weird.
No, it's an old
But
house.
it was built in 1935. So there's still shit that settles in this house. But yeah, come on up anytime. You bring whoever you
I got
want
a
up.
couple
And
people that might want to come up. I have a medium that I work with.
it's
and she's awesome.
documented he committed suicide in the house. So
Nice.
I might, at some point, before I sell Mom's house, have you just go through Mom's house.
oh,
Anyway, if you guys want me to hit something up, just let me know.
Well,
okay.
Because
You're welcome here anytime.
so I mean, you know what happened with my family.
Yeah, I did.
And that's, I think that would probably be the final closure
that would be a hard
chapter.
one for me, though.
That would be
I'll
the
do it
that
for
would be
you.
that would be the final point for me. Would be
that-
that after
would
it's
be
done.
I don't know if I want those answers.
Neither would I.
Just let it go.
I did.
Ignorance is bliss.
I don't
Pretty
think
much.
it's. I don't think it's the answers that you guys think.
I might.
Right.
I might. What the fuck are you doing here?
Like,
the
Right.
fuck are you?
get the fuck out of my house.
But there's.
Did
just,
you see my hardwood floors? That would be the question you get. Your mom was always about her hardwood floors.
Mark spent so much time on
I
those
know he
things,
did.
man. But yeah, there's just a couple things that I like. I've been tossing it around whether I went in by myself because I'm kind of attuned, but I don't know that I could do it without other people
Right.
there. So it's.
Well, hit me up. We'll talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And I mean, honestly, like with the haunted house side of things, like everybody keeps saying, "Are you done?" You know, it's just down in Memphis. And one of the owners is like, "Are you gonna get back into it?" I was like, honestly, at right now, I have absolutely no give a shit.
No interest in it. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, I've 30-some years.
At some point, it gets to be a bit much.
It became.
Yeah.
I've always said when a passion becomes a job,
Oh yeah,
It's
fuck
time.
it. Yeah, it's
it
done.
destroys it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
That's
me
what
and Bacon.
It became a second job,
Mm-hmm.
not something I enjoyed.
Mhm.
If I could have walked into that haunt, never had to answer a question, never heard my name called 57 times, walk into this room, work on what I want to work with, design what I want to work. I didn't have to do hiring. I didn't have to do
Mm.
fire. I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do that. I would have been way happier. So
Right.
when I went down the following year after I left Carnage, I went down and helped a buddy of mine down in Memphis. And I got to go in and he's like, "Hey man, I need this back scene painted."
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Dude, there was a guy back there that didn't speak English. He was a Mexican dude.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to mariachi music for 3 hours. It was 115 degrees in the haunted house. I shit you not, I'm not making any of this up. I was the happiest person over there painting and distressing this wall
Yeah.
that I had ever been because I didn't have Jason.
Jason, hey, I need you to do this.
Jason.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Right.
like,
Mm-hmm.
this is great. I don't even care that I'm listening to mariachi music. I fucking hate mariachi music. But you know what?
I am loving life right
Yeah.
now.
It sounds like Pantera to me. Like, you know,
There's
just no responsibility. Go in,
Right.
do what I do, get out, go home. That's but right now, honestly, if I was going to start something right now, I would do Christmas.
Yeah.
I would build a Christmas haunt, like
That-
a Christmas, not even a haunt. Like a
That
Christmas
that is one of the one things
village.
that I did love about
Santa
what you
village.
did.
A Santa Village.
One of the things that I loved with what you did with Carnage when you started it was you started doing Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving.
Not Thanksgiving, Easter.
Well, I thought there was a Thanksgiving
no,
one, but
no. I mean, and that's what a lot of haunts do. I mean, you do special events. I mean,
you don't generally see a lot of those in Ohio, though.
yeah.
Well, that I've seen.
Factory Terror.
Okay.
That was one. Akron Schoolhouse. A lot of those do your Christmas.
Mhm.
You can go overboard, because what you don't want to do is wear your haunt out. If you do 7 freaking special events a year and you're not going in and physically tearing out rooms and rebuilding,
Everyone gets used to it then.
Somebody keeps coming. I paid $25 in.
Oh, the
Christmas.
guy's gonna
I
be
paid
in the corner
$25
right
in
there.
February. I paid $25 in.
Oh, watch out for the guy with no
April. I got
chainsaw,
$25
yeah.
in August. Why am I going to come back in October to see the same damn thing? Pay no I would spend $125 to see the same shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than there was some Christmas decorations, or there was an Easter egg, or
Right.
still the same thing. And I get people still like to do that different type of stuff, but you got to be careful with how much you wear out something.
Right.
You're not going to go to the same escape room if they don't change puzzles.
Right.
Like, so I've done the Reformatory. I did the haunted house at the Reformatory. You know,
I used to live up by the Reformatory.
I've not been back since I did it once, and I will go through and do the guided tour, the self-guided tours.
I would like to go do that.
And that's absolutely fun. The haunted house is it was a great one-time thing for me. I don't know, since I haven't been back, I don't know if they've changed it any.
Oh, I'm sure they have.
But the worst part about me going through haunted houses is because I've worked them, I know where to look. I know what to expect.
Well, me too, but when you approach a haunted house with experience, you got to look at it in a different aspect. Like, I don't walk through there to get scared. I also don't point people out. I will get startled.
I've been startled.
And I'll tell you why I get startled. Because this is me.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
What's that made out of?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
Right?
Is there a fire system in here? You know, I'm going at it in a whole different aspect. I'm looking at the set design.
You're subtracting the scare part of it out of it.
So when I'm looking up at the ceiling and I look down, rah! You got me.
Yeah.
And it kind of helps me get scared because, I mean, just like when I was in Pittsburgh, I looked down, I found a phone. My ownership skills of, I can't leave this phone.
Right. So
I pick the phone up, it's ringing.
Yeah.
I'm in the haunted house. Hello?
Hey, what's up, man?
Who is this? Who's got my phone? I'm a patron. I'm in the haunt. I just got in. Give me 20, 30 minutes. I'll bring your phone to you.
Yeah. Meet me out front
cool.
by the,
You know, I brought the phone out to him.
Right.
You know, I
So
watched 3 people
Jason's
walk
that kind
by.
of guy, so.
So I actually, when we went through the Reformatory, given my past experience working in the haunted houses, what I was doing was I was actually communicating with the haunters. So I would see them ahead of me, and I would give them hands. I'd be like, right? 2 people behind me, go for it, and they would, and because I knew that person was terrified.
And you could do that. You know,
And the people that I was with didn't notice that I was doing that, which was great.
I never go first because I don't want to slow people up.
It did.
Right.
So I always tell people go in front. For one, I get 2 experiences. I get to go a little slower and check things out.
And you get to see them get scared.
Yeah.
So when I was out in Pittsburgh, there was a couple in front of us. First room, this girl, and I'm like, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be great. And you know, we get through 2 rooms. She's like, you guys go. I'm like, nope.
You're worth the price of admission now, lady.
You are making this work.
Way better for me.
This is making my experience better watching you. And I got my friend, friend Kelly, who's an ex-haunt owner, retired, kind of like me. He's the same way. He wants to go. If there's a group of people in front of him that is enjoying it and having fun and laughing and screaming or whatever they're doing, it's more enjoyable because we've done this for 30 years. You're going to startle me.
Yes.
I'm not human if I don't say you jump out and I didn't. You know, I was looking at something else and you start.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be like, oh, you know, it's.
You're gonna be like,
it's the ice water in the veins kind of sitting there.
So to watch people enjoy it, that's the reason I got into this business.
Yeah.
You know, the reason I wanted to be an owner, I didn't want to be an owner because because it's like I own a haunted house. I wanted to be an owner because I could then set design. I could watch people come through and come out and they're like, oh my god, it was great. It was awesome. That was my side. When it was all said and done, building the thing was stressful as fuck, and dealing with the actors and the hiring and the fun. That sucked.
Right.
Watching people come out, this was great. It was awesome. I had a great time. That's where your satisfaction.
Let me ask you something, because you're kind of going into the set design. If you were hired to do a movie, would that be kind of like your bliss, where you just did sets and stuff like that?
There's a big difference.
I know it is a big difference, but
between set design on a movie and set design on a haunted house.
But that's kind of in your realm, where you could set something up like that, and you'd feel more at peace doing something like that. Where as far as it's your vision for what's going on in the room and stuff.
Like people don't realize, but like Universal, they don't do all their stuff.
No,
it's all outsourced.
Yeah,
like a dream job for me. If I didn't have a house,
and you were stuck
in
in Ohio,
and a full-time job that I love,
right?
And I was younger, and they're saying, hey, you can come to Orlando and build sets for us for Halloween Horror Nights or for anything.
Any movie or anything that's going on then, right?
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah. See ya. Just bye.
I don't care if it's less than I make now. As long as I can live, that would be heaven for me. Just go in and design something, create it, take their idea. This is what we want. This is what we're looking at. Create it, paint it, done it. Bye. Go to the next one.
Hundreds of thousands of people roll through and enjoy it, and
Or you've seen it on the big screen or something like that. Yeah, I totally get behind that.
I've always said that if I'm still not out of it 100% because my creative side, I'm still a creative person. I still have stuff in my head. I'm looking to buy a house, sell my house and go out in the country. I want a big pole barn. I'm thinking about creating like Halloween set designs, like like you want a facade,
right?
I could build you a facade,
right?
Break it down into panels.
Hey, here's what I want. Deliver it to my house. Ship it to my house,
and then be put back up in 10 hours. Or whatever
I still like it. I watch these people in these man caves videos. You ever see those?
Yeah.
On Instagram and shit.
Yeah.
Man caves, and I'm like, oh, they did a Harry Potter. I'm like. I'm looking at Brett.
You could totally do that.
I could do that
I
better.
want to build this entire wall out to look like the Harry Potter castle. You know what I mean? Or like the leaky cauldron. Like I want to build a bar that's but I want to, and what people don't realize, most of the facades anymore, a lot of it's foam.
Right. I know it's mostly foam.
Like if you go down to New Orleans and those big
those things are beautiful. You and I were talking about this.
Chunks of foam.
I went down during high school and toured all those stuff down there. So when you were saying, "Hey, I went down to New Orleans and I saw," dude, it flushed back so many memories when I went down during high school and saw them making floats and stuff like that. Dude, it brought back. It was awesome.
They used to do a lot of fiberglass.
Yes.
But now
it's all foam and stuff now.
Now they just take these big giant blocks of foam, which. I mean, if you go through Carnage and you go into the graveyard, I built every one of those tubes from the ground up.
Right.
They're all 2x4 framed, covered in foam, carved, sprayed in concrete.
Right.
So they're full size, full grown. I mean, they are to scale tombs.
Well, they're lightweight. That's why it's easier to move.
But
them.
I frame them out with foam because with the foam I can carve the foam, distress it, and then you spray it with concrete. Now it's a solid piece.
Right.
Yeah.
Foam is huge. Like if you go to Otherworld, you guys heard of Otherworld, Columbus.
Yep.
Now, I have those big giant things are big giant. They get in and there is an art to it.
Yeah, I imagine there is.
So you got to go in. You take this giant block of foam and then you carve it. You kind of draw it, and you're in with sanders and you're smoothing it. And, some people paper mache it and then they spray it. Some people just spray it. But a hard coat and it's permanent and it doesn't. It's not as expensive. But don't get me wrong. A giant chunk of foam can cost you $600 to $800.
Right.
Well,
but
and
what's fiberglass and molds cost? When you build a mold and then pour it out of fiberglass, then paint it, it's cheap.
Like when I worked Wyandotte Lake, when Wyandotte Lake was still around, I worked the haunted house, the haunted Wyandotte Lake.
That's funny because Kelly,
my
friend,
my sister,
he started. That's where he started as a manager.
So, your friend Kelly. Sorry, I was talking about my sister.
Did.
Sorry, you said Kelly, and it's like, oh, my sister. I apologize. Yeah.
I did Ultimate Evil one year. And that was like the primary part of that costume was football pads, but it was all foam over top of it. So,
gotcha.
I was harnessed to the ceiling on drywall stilts.
Still harnessed to the ceiling.
So, and you could only take like 2 steps forward, but you had foam pool bats for claw. Like it was primarily all foam.
Well, that's a different type of foam. You're talking more of a softer foam. The foam I'm talking about.
It felt like it weighed a ton.
This is compressed blocks. Like so.
It's more like modeling foam.
I've seen the foam carving.
6 foot tall by 8 foot tall by 36 inches wide.
Right.
Yeah.
We're talking $1,000 chunk of foam, and sometimes you have to glue 2 of those together.
And you're taking
the
electric wire and stuff and cutting them out.
I've used electric wires. I use a hot knife.
The turkey cutters.
Anything. Just about anything.
Yeah.
Bring out the shrub cutter.
Yeah. And you can, depending on what kind of, what you're looking to do. But
and then the density of the foam too.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I did all those tombs, I found this lady down not southern Ohio, but down away, a couple hours away, and she was posting.
Sounds like a helicopter.
Facebook Market or Allinder.
Yeah,
Facebook Marketplace. She was selling these pieces of foam board for like $2 a foam for a board, and they're 8 foot 4x8.
Yeah.
But she got them. She was getting them somewhere.
Right.
Because I ended up buying
probably a shit ton.
1,000
Yeah.
sheets. A couple grand, but I had foam. I guarantee if I was to go to Carnage tomorrow and go in the back warehouse, there's still stacks of foam. But I used it to build, because I did 26 tubes, full-size tubes.
Right.
So everything was sheeted in foam, and then what I would do is like if I sheeted a roof, I would go through, the old wood hand planers.
Yeah.
That's how I would shave everything down to make it, and then I would add more to build out more foam, and then screw it, get it all set, and then spray it with concrete. You just get a hopper and you just mix up concrete mix. It's not really concrete. It's basically a mortar mix.
Right.
It's concrete without the rocks. It's
Right.
just the mortar. You spray it.
Well, it's cement.
It is.
Yeah.
It's mud.
It's mortar.
as we called it, as we did it in bricklaying, it's mud.
It's the same thing you do when you make your own concrete, just only the rocks to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's mortar. It's mortar mix, and you can spray it and get a peppered look, or you can spray it and to go in and trowel it.
Right.
So I
Make
could
it smooth
do
and stuff. Yeah.
different shapes and different things to it to make it look different aged.
Right.
Like how it was weathered. So it was a lot of fun building that. It took me way longer than I wanted it to.
Right.
But if I would have been able to do the haul full time, 8 hours a day, 5 or 6 days a week, I would have got way more accomplished. But when you already did a 10-hour day,
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
gonna
like,
go
all right,
in-
I'm tired.
You tapping out. You're
Well,
like,
and it's like I said before we started everything. I remember watching you when you were setting up everything. You were like, "Oh, I'm in here and I'm tearing out the floor. I'm tearing this out. We're doing a whole redesign." And it's like, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, "Yeah, and I'm done for the day." And then it's like, I've just put in a 20-hour day. And it's like, well, what?
well, there's many times I did overnights. I'd go home from work on a Friday and I would sleep for 3 hours. I'd just go home and pass out in the chair.
Right.
And I would get up, and my whole goal was I was going to work all through Friday night into Saturday morning.
Mhm.
And then I was going to get up, and I was going to come in and work Friday till the evening, because I didn't want to work through the night, because then I had to get up Monday, so if I worked through the night, I'd sleep all day Sunday, and I wouldn't be able to sleep at
Yeah,
night.
you have no home
So
life
I would
then.
do overnights. Overnights were my favorite.
Mhm.
And overnights were my favorite for a reason. There's nobody there to bother me.
Mhm.
If somebody was willing to come in and help me, like be an assistant or whatever, it was great. But it was quiet. I could jam the music,
Mhm.
and I could be left alone.
Right.
I loved overnights. It was hard because I was tired. I did 10-hour day, sleep for 3 hours, 12-hour day.
Right.
That takes a toll on you
Yeah.
big
It
time.
does. And like I said, I'm not 20 years old anymore. If I was 20, 25, it wouldn't be a big deal. But I'm in my 40s trying to do this shit. But overnights were my favorite because I was left alone. I didn't have my phone blowing up, texting me. Home Harley wasn't blowing me up. Dad, when you coming home?
Right.
I
Dad, what are you doing?
what are you
Yeah.
doing?
Where you at?
My business partner, hey, blah, 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 or one of the actors. I was left alone. Nobody was bothering me at 4 a.m.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when I walked out of there, the sun was coming up. I'm like, oh, fuck, what did I
I
do?
just screwed myself over. Yeah.
It's like that whole scene from Varsity Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've done that where
What's that smell?
Yeah.
I think it's
us.
us.
Yeah. I've done that where I've sat here and I'm editing videos and stuff like that. And I'm talking to Ted and stuff, and I'm like, dude, it's fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. I gotta be at work in the next 6 hours. Go to bed,
Meanwhile,
it's like
I'm sitting
bad.
up gaming.
Yeah, he's still up gaming.
Because I get off work at 11 o'clock at night. So
when I get home tonight,
Mhm.
I'll be logging into Call of Duty.
There you go.
That's what I do.
Mhm.
I got a couple boys on the West Coast, on the Oregon that I play with.
Mhm.
I'm a later gamer; they're a little earlier. So my 11 o'clock is their 7.
Right.
Right.
And they're game at that time. Yeah.
And that's what I do. I travel. I go see friends. One thing you learn when you get to my age is tomorrow's never guaranteed.
No.
no, I'm. Yeah,
I've
I know that
lost-
well enough.
I've lost probably a half a dozen people
Mhm.
close to me at my age or younger. Just gone.
Yeah.
My best friend Kevin, sitting on the couch, dropped dead. Boom. 49 years old.
God
Just dropped
damn.
Dead. His girlfriend went upstairs to use the bathroom. Came down. He's dead.
Mhm.
A friend of mine I worked with got COVID, came home for 4 days, went back in the hospital, dead. And it's like, I'm not going to waste a minute of my life.
No.
So I'm traveling. I'm going, leaving here. I'm going to meet my girl. We're going to go through another
Right.
haunted house. We're going to, I'm trying to,
That's something I've come to
you got
realization recently because that
Yeah.
my home life is more important
It
than.
absolutely is.
And I have 3 kids, and you know my 3 kids, and
Right.
these guys know my 3 kids. Yeah, they're 2 of them are in high school. One's getting ready to be in high school, and that's the most important time right there.
It is.
Yeah.
So, I got
Just like when I took Harley for an entire week.
Yeah.
We got in the car. It was a long time, trying to get enough money because if you've never been to Universal Studios.
I was gonna say the Universal Studios trip.
or Disney.
Fuck Disney, first off.
It's not cheap.
No, it's not at all.
After the third year of the hunt, I told my business partner, I was like, listen, I know we're not really making a lot of money, but I need to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So I took enough money out of the hunt, which is the only money I ever took out of the hunt. So
right.
In the entire time I was there, about $3,000 is all I made.
Wow. Of all those time, that's all you made was about $3,000.
Well, other than my buyout.
Other
than my buyout, which didn't cover a quarter of what I put into it.
Right.
Out of my own
I was gonna say, between the multiple buildings and everything, like locations.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
That was
my
a passion
business partner
project
put up
then.
the majority of the money.
Right.
But I put up about $65,000-$70,000 of my own money in that time span.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's
Ted's over here cringing.
right. But anywho,
Right.
I took her down there, and we drove because I wanted that time with her.
Right.
We had a couple arguments down there. You can't be in a car.
You had an argument with her? No.
You can't be in a car with a 17-year-old or 18-year-old and not argue.
I love Harley to death. She's hard-headed. It's fun though.
Yeah, she is. Trust me. But she's my kid, you know, and she's not nearly as hard as I was.
No.
But
You're like, I got lucky.
I did.
And she's a good girl.
Yeah, she is. I don't. When she goes out the door, I don't worry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that dad that's like, what is she out doing? What party is she at? I'm not. That is
I don't
not
worry
what
about
I
her.
worry about.
I'm actually really excited when she calls me. She called me last weekend after we left the party. I saw her last weekend at a party.
Mm-hmm.
She called me. She's like, "Hey, because they'd gone to the house,
Right?"
And she's like, "I want to give you your personal tour of the house." And she walked me around the house. I was a fucking 30, 45 minute phone
She'd been
call.
talking about moving out, and,
Right?
And I was kind of, being a dad, I want to protect her, and I don't want her to move out.
But she's got to grow up a little bit, yeah.
Right. And at the same time, I needed it. So I looked at my girlfriend Brittany, and I was like, "Hey, what about your girl's house in Newark?" Because she'd hit me up because one of my regular job is I work for a moving company and I work with a lot of realtors and bankers and stuff. I do a lot of events with them, so I'm always staying. And she asked me, she's like, "Do you know any realtors out in the Newark area that could probably help my girl rent her house?"
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting the other night, Harley comes home, I'm playing Call of Duty, take my headset off. I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?" She's like, I can't find a place to live. Everything's too expensive, or it's in a bad neighborhood. I was like, "What about your girl?" She's like, "I can text her."
Mm-hmm.
And the girl's like, "Well, I want $1,300, but we can talk." So we give the information to Harley. Harley's like, "Will you take $1,200?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's a 50. Yeah, you're gonna drive a half an hour, but you work second shift,
Right?
4 to midnight, coming from North to Columbus at 3 o'clock. All the
No
traffic's
traffic.
going to Newark.
no traffic.
Yeah.
And at midnight,
Going home, you're not
no
hitting any traffic, right?
No.
So yeah, you're gonna have an hour worth of drive,
But no
to get
traffic?
what you're getting
Mm-hmm.
in Columbus is 2,000.
Oh yeah,
plus.
it's ridiculous.
Oh.
Easily.
Yeah.
So, and at first I was like, yeah, I get her out of here. I don't have to worry about this, that, and the other. She's, I ain't got dogs running around the house. And her.
Harley, you have a lot of love sitting here at the bar. I just want you to know.
And then, like 2 days after I got the apartment, I'm like,
damn.
I don't want her to leave.
No.
Right.
I like seeing my daughter come home.
Right.
I'm like, damn it.
It's the same
At
experience.
first
when
I was like, yeah, house to myself.
Yeah.
2 days later, I'm like, my daughter's leaving. I'm not going to see her come through the door at night every night. I'm like,
The only time I ever saw our grandfather cry was when I told him because I lived with him for a while.
Yeah.
right.
And I moved to Nashville. And the day I told him
I stayed at your house in Nashville.
yeah. When I moved to Nashville, the day I was actually leaving, I saw my grandfather came up and hugged me and he started bawling his eyes out. I was
I
like,
remember my dad passed away, and I jumped in a freaking car,
Mhm.
drove down to see you guys,
Mhm.
stayed the night on your couch, and then headed to Myrtle Beach.
yeah.
This is back before Google
Uh-huh.
on
Yeah.
your phone.
Yeah.
So I had maps.
Maps.
in my
Yep.
car.
We are that age. Yes.
Yes, we are. We're
Well,
that
let me
old.
tell you
remember
this,
that.
How dumb I was.
Road Atlas.
I didn't book any
Quick
hotels
trips.
anywhere.
Oh,
I had
No.
no idea where the fuck I was going.
No,
I had,
we didn't think that far in
I had a
advance.
convertible Sebring.
Yep.
I was supposed to
it.
get a Mustang.
Yeah.
Ended up with a Sebring. I remember having a Sony hand cam, like digital, put the
Yeah.
tape in. I remember putting that damn thing on the dashboard and recording the mountains. The best drive to this day I've ever had was from his place in Nashville through the Smoky Mountains.
no,
I
all
bet that
the way
was
to
peaceful, too,
One of the
wasn't
most beautiful. Even though I had to pull over under like 3 overpasses, put the top up because in the mountains it's rain, sun,
Snow.
rain,
sun.
sun.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn it! Pull over, put the top up.
Pull over, put it down.
Put it down.
Yep.
2 miles.
So
up
I
there.
get
Yeah.
to Myrtle Beach, don't have a hotel, I have no plans.
Right.
Don't realize it's fucking bike week. No idea it's bike week. So I'm like running around. It's dark, but first thing I did, never seen the ocean. I was 37 years old, never seen the ocean. So first thing I did is find me a pull-off, right out on the beach, look at the ocean. Stand there for like 10 minutes. It's getting dark. I'm like, I need to find a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
I start seeing motorcycles rolling in. Now, it's the beginning of Bike Week.
Right.
Bike Week is actually starting on Friday. I'm down there like on a Tuesday.
Right.
So slowly trickling.
You better hurry up and get something.
So I go to this apartment. I'm like, I don't know if we have anything. Let me look. Yeah, I've got one on the 8th floor overlooking the water. It's
I'll tell you.
blah, blah. Now, back then, I could get that with a full kitchen, everything for $100 a night.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it costs you $500 a night.
You can't
Yeah.
get a hotel with bed bugs for $100 a night.
No.
You know? But that was back in the day where
right over here. There's a really scary motel. I drive past it going up that
motel.
way. I'm like, we will never stay at that no matter what happens to us.
I do not stay in a hotel where the door faces the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
No red roof in or nothing.
No, that's my rule. And honestly, Airbnbs is where I go now.
Okay.
Because they're cheaper
Mm-hmm.
and they're nicer.
Yes. We had a really nice one. We went to Chicago a couple of years ago. We stayed in a nice. The first time we ever had a B&B, it was up there. So.
And if you're renting a car, Turo.
I love Turo. That's the joint right there. You get some cool shit on Turo.
Dude, I just took a van all the way. Me and my boys went down to New Orleans for a week. Had a guy's trip. I got a.
You can get Porsches and shit on Turo.
I got a minivan.
Here in
because
Columbus.
we took golf clubs, so I had to take a minivan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got a minivan. More than enough miles to go down there and back.
Mm-hmm. Because you pay by day and you get a set amount of miles for,
well, this
for the
one
day.
is like you get total amount of miles, or if it's 1 day or 10 days.
Right.
Everything with premium. I accidentally, this was my fault. I fucked up. I hit premium and hit book. And I'm like, whoa! What did I just do? But it still was $500 cheaper
For them renting a car. Yeah.
Damn. And isn't that
Turo's the
isn't
joint,
that same
man.
one where you can, if you wanted and somebody's got it, 57 Chevy?
Anything.
It depends on what they have.
Lambos.
It depends what they have posted up there. But it's
Right, but
it's individual people.
You're renting somebody else's
If
car.
I had a
Right.
really nice car and I wanted to post it for someone else to use, they could come rent it.
if I wanted to, once the Ford's done, I could go, oh yeah, it's available.
For a wedding or something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to rent that out for a while.
These people that I rented
That thing's
from
not getting
bought
rented out.
that van specifically
to rent it out.
for Toro.
Yeah.
They
Makes
made
sense.
enough money off
It's
that van that it paid for the
it's the
van.
car version
That's
of
not bad.
Airbnb.
It is.
Yes. Before we moved here, every year for our anniversary, I got something off Turo, and we would go do an anniversary night out. I had a really nice Mercedes Benz one year, and
I'd be nervous if I was driving somebody's expensive car.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like-
I've looked into it because
Just in case if somebody scratches that paint.
oh yeah.
You're like,
So the last time, and this is kind of a bad story, and it involves my least favorite city in the world, which is Cleveland.
The mistake by the lake.
Yeah, the mistake by the lake. We had plans, but they kind of fell through. And I was like, at the last minute, I was like, let's go rent this car. Let's go to Cleveland because we've never been to Cleveland. And let's just go because we want to stay in the state. We've been to Cincinnati plenty of times. I'm only 90 minutes
2
from
hours.
Cincinnati from here.
I guess it's better than Youngstown.
Right.
yeah.
Anything's better than
Marion.
fucking
Better than
Yankton
Dayton.
or going to Dayton. Yeah.
not
So,
some good things in Dayton.
I
but
can't remember what the car was, but we rented a
Wasn't
car.
Toledo either.
We rented a car on the east side of Columbus, went and picked it up, drove to Cleveland. On the halfway there, I was like, get in the glove box to see what the tags are on this car.
There's a gun. No.
Expired tags on the car,
Shit.
expired registration. Got there, not in a good part of town. We were
So
crying.
you were in Cleveland.
Yeah, we're anywhere in Cleveland. Sorry if you're from Cleveland. Fuck you. It's a bad area. We're right across from the Cleveland Cancer Clinic.
oh,
Which is one of the best hospitals in the country, by the way.
yes,
It really is.
Horrible area to stay in, though.
shit area.
Yeah.
Great hospital.
Cleveland Clinic is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's awesome. We didn't have really much to do. That's the first time I ever went to the bar. To the rail. Sorry, the rail. It was the first time I ever went to the rail. Great place to eat. On the way back, got pulled over by Cleveland cops because they were running tags as we drove through. Pulled us over and was like, "Where'd you get this car?" It's got off Toro. Oh, have a good day. And let's go. I
called the Toro people.
I
You got a
messaged
ticket coming.
I messaged the person I rented the car off for. I didn't hear from him for 3 freaking days. By the time I turned the car back, they finally messaged back. Oh yeah, we have the tags. Just didn't put them on the car. You fucking idiots! I could have gotten so much trouble for that shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've had.
Well, I've had nothing but really good experiences with Turo. So
But yeah, that's. But back, with the whole haunt thing. Like, yeah, I'm pretty much retired, unless if I hit the lottery and I could build something from the ground up. Like, I would literally, if I hit the lottery, I would build my own building.
Right.
On property.
Right. Have your
the
thing.
height that I wanted it, so I could have people coming out. And
it's your control and everything.
It would be and I would hire the best of the best from all over the country, and I would say,
you would probably also hire somebody to manage it, to where you're like,
yeah.
You just want to build and own it.
I just want to build something. My whole thing is build something that people enjoy, that's beautiful, that's great, that's awesome. I don't need to be in charge of it. I can hire somebody to run it. I just want to take my vision and trust people that I trust. Go build my vision.
Right.
Yeah.
And once it's built, I trust you to make sure that it makes
runs.
And Jason's got no shortage of people with all the Mid-Ohio, the Haunter cons that he's been to and everything. That like his connections run like he networks like I do.
Ted's a
not
network guy for
anymore.
us.
I mean, for the past couple of years, I've been kind of a hermit.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could easily still.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh wait. Hey, man.
There's always people that are loyal to you.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, and the salary doesn't helps loyalty.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I'm getting paid for this? Oh, fuck yeah.
I paid $75 grand to come run my haunt.
Yep.
Done.
And I mean, I've talked to my buddy, and he said if he ever hits the haunt, hits the lottery, we play it. We hit it, God forbid. Even if it's 10 grand or 10 million. I mean, that's all I need.
Right.
And I would literally buy a property, and anybody that I brought in, I would do I would build a house that they could all stay in.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like a Cedar Point kind of thing where they have.
But they don't have to pay anything.
Right.
I take care of everything. You're going to share a 4-bedroom house between the 4 of you, and you come to the haunt and work all day. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
And then if you fight, then I'll fire you and hire somebody new.
Right.
Get along.
There's plenty of designers out there that would love to have an opportunity like that. So, but unless that happens, I'll never. I don't. As of right now, I'm not saying never because you
never say never. Never say never.
Yeah.
I don't see myself getting back into the haunt business.
Never say never. Only when you say never say never.
Other than supporting friends.
You always leave a door open.
Yeah,
or a window.
I'm not saying there ain't an opportunity, but I know I've had 2 pictures sent to me of buildings since I left.
What do you think?
If I buy it, will you build it? No. And I mean, instantly. Like, no, I don't want to do it.
If I buy it, will you come? No, thank you.
If you build it, they will come.
That's not true, and that's the problem with a lot of haunts.
Yes.
Including my own.
Right.
That I used to own. You gotta advertise, and you gotta spend 6 figures when you open the door. You have to.
Now, I'll
Stop Field of Dreams.
It is, and that's where I was going to go. The White Sox played the Field of Dreams, and it was fucking packed. But they also played the Yankees, so that they're
also
part of it
promoted
there,
the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
You can't build a haunted house, no matter how good it is,
and not promote it.
You
and
can
stuff,
build
right?
the most beautiful, most over-the-top haunted house in the world, but if people don't know where the fuck you are,
or want to show up, or if
or the location has,
or if it's BFE.
I mean, even
Carnage
that,
isn't BFE, but it's definitely ghetto.
Dude, I will say even BFE, if you've got a good haunt and you revitalize, like you said it earlier, you can't keep doing the same thing every year,
it just gets
year
old and
in, year out.
I have a whole book at my house.
like a sketchbook or whatever.
Not even sketches.
Okay.
Just ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'll have a dream. I'm a nightmare. To me, they're great. I welcome them.
Mm-hmm.
And I get up and I write down ideas that I have for a whole entire scene in a haunted house.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a whole book full of scenes. When I left Carnage, Carnage got some of my ideas. They didn't get them all.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because I still haven't written down. I'm like, I'm not giving all my shit away.
You're not going to throw all your eggs in one basket.
I'm not giving it all away because I don't know what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
I still have a whole notebook of ideas that I could literally go in and create a whole entire haunted house from the ground up right now. And
Nice.
It's all brand new original stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
I never got to do my aliens.
Ooh.
My next phase was to take the hospital and turn into an alien, Area 51.
Nice.
But on a whole different scale of what I've ever seen in houses.
Damn.
And it may happen. I don't know. I was up last night at my buddy's house in Hilliard. He does a yard haunt for all the kids.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool.
But he's got thousands of dollars. This dude puts it out, and he's collected. After that, he'll probably do 800 pounds of food for the food pantry.
Fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Doesn't charge a soul. He's literally mapped it out.
Where's he at?
In Hilliard.
Where at?
I doubled. I Sawmill Road, Sawmill Forest.
Okay.
All
right. I'm like Hilliard. I mean, that's. That's my neck of
If you guys
the
get
woods.
a chance, go by there tonight. If you go on Facebook, it's Sawmill Forest, Sawmill Spooky Forest. Sawmill,
Okay, I know where
Forest.
you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing, dude. He'll be out there with his wife and his kid, and it's a lot of Home Depot. But I mean, he's taken it to the fact of building stuff around it.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely phenomenal, and it's all for free.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried. I'm like, dude, you need a donation button on your Facebook page.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Yeah.
like, man, I just don't. I'm like, it's not about making money,
Right.
But you're
I don't want
$2,000 a
Cover
year
your
on
cost.
your yard.
Yeah, cover
I
your
don't want
cost.
to be that person. I mean, I get it.
If you're not making money, but at least cover your costs
I'm
and
like,
everything.
you're
Yeah,
not
that's
gonna make
ridiculous.
money on this, and I was like, and I know you.
Mhm.
If somebody gave you $5,000, this thing's going to expand next year, and you're going to have bigger and crazier profits.
Well, and even then,
No.
give them $5,000, it's going to expand, and then that's going to be more that goes to the food pantry.
Oh,
you know?
right.
It's not all going to go to.
And he would.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you, he owns a business in Columbus. I guess I can give him a plug. I mean, he owns River's Edge Cutlery.
Oh,
okay.
we know who those guys
Oh,
are.
yeah.
I've known Brian for 20 years. I met him at a haunted house. When I met him, he was at Terra Park. He moved here from Colorado. I see him standing on the fence by himself, smoking a cigarette, kind of away from everything. And I'm like, he looks like my kind of dude. Tattoos, big beard. Like, hey, yeah, I'm going to talk to this dude. I'm like, hey, man, I'm Jason.
Hey, I know a guy like that.
I've been at Terra Park for years, so I'm like, this guy he looks like my people. You know what I mean?
Right.
We've been friends ever since. I mean, since that day, we've been really good friends.
Right.
Ever since. And he's always loved Halloween. I mean, and he's into Halloween not for profit.
Right.
He's into Halloween because it's just, he loves it. And his boy Ollie, growing up, got into Halloween. So that's what they do. That's him and his boys' bond to build this. And it's free. You walk through. It's kid friendly. It's not over the top. That's why he won't let me involved. Because he knows I'm going to take it somewhere else. And it is. It's very. I mean, he's got a lot of like
The place,
Home
the
Depot
thing
and
that
Lowe's
nightmares are
like
made
the
of.
big skelly guys or
Yeah.
whatever. Nothing is over the top. If there's kids that are a little afraid, everything's ran by. He sits in the middle and he sets everything off by remote all night long
that's
for
dope.
2.5 hours. And if there's somebody kids are little, he won't set them off. Like it's all just out of enjoyment. And I even said, like, man, you should put a donation button. I mean, you're not telling people they have to.
Yeah.
I want to give you $1. I said, if you do 500 people, it's gotten popular enough that Schmitz comes there and parks their truck one night during the month.
Damn.
Hell yeah. I love Schmidt's truck, too.
So if you guys go home tonight and you're like, what am I going to do? Run over, look up Sawmill Village Spooky Forest. I'll show you before I leave.
Yeah.
And just go check it out, man. And take a can of green beans or something and give it to him.
Hell yeah.
Right,
man.
hell yeah,
Hell
dude.
yeah.
That's worth the
He
trip.
sits in the middle. As you walk around, he'll be in the middle in a lawn chair. Just ask for Brian when you're done and just tell him I sent you over. I mean, it's
Excellent.
It's
Tony's looking it up right now
Yeah.
for us. This might end up being a mega
talk about
episode.
something else.
It very much.
Because
It very well might be.
we're at 1 hour and 30
And
already.
we can cut
but
it
we
right
start.
here.
We started.
Yeah, we can cut it here for a minute.
Huh?
I mean,
Better than me.
grab food's ready, so
Yeah, food is ready.
we can put some food on the stomach really quick.
Hey,
I'm not on the book.
I'm going to keep drinking. So
Oh yeah.
That's fine.
I mean, well, that's so.
Oh, you didn't pour yourself another glass.
He's
I'm-
poured plenty. But I've sat here and watched
I'm
him.
gonna continue drinking.
I've sat here and watched him.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Multiple
continue
glasses.
drinking. But
I'm
there
sorry,
definitely
but that
needs to be
MiddleWest is so good.
That's-
Oh,
fucking
it's
great.
fucking fantastic.
It's so good. Oh, they're so
It's
funny.
down. It's
Oh, yeah.
down past the top of the label now.
That's
We've
because I'm
been
giving
getting
you guys
into it.
baby
Yeah.
pours because I don't want to take it home empty. It's the only bottle I have.
For now.
Right.
I don't know how many they dumped yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I know we did 2 cases, and I don't know how many they dumped. So I'm like, how many is left of this?
Right.
I want it like this.
Right.
Because it's so good.
That is
just
really
like this.
that. Like I said, that blows mine completely out of the water. So, and I love mine, and I like that even more than that.
It's
So,
good.
We know it's a mega episode because
Tezzy gotta go pee.
Yep. Been drinking a lot of
Let
water.
me let you slap that.
You gotta go tinkle.
He's probably gonna have a sandwich when he comes back.
I might. Who knows?
Because he's a fat kid.
stool. You can move the
I don't know, man.
Just Just lift the seat up when
It
you're
might
done.
be.
Make sure you wipe if you piss all over it.
Hey, Uncle Don's house.
Yeah, all over the wall. Don't do that.
Well, no, thanks for having me out, guys.
No problem. We got a lot more
I'd enjoy
episodes
it
planned.
better if you moved closer to Columbus.
Right, but this is such a good spot for me though. I love it out here. It's so quiet. Tony's even said we've gone out on the back porch.
Oh, and
In the
You
middle.
live around here or you drive this
He
way?
drives this
oh,
way
I
too.
drive
Yeah.
this way.
Where are you from?
I am Central Point right now.
Central
Hilltop.
Hills? You're up represent Hilltop USA.
Yeah.
Like I can see Cooper Stadium almost from my house.
Nice.
Oh, there you go. That's old school too. So.
Yeah, that's where Terra Park was.
Yeah.
For years.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, I live in Pickerington, so you imagine I was
Yeah.
an hour and 38 minutes to get here.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
I'm going out to the
I think we're in trouble.
the caves.
Oh, caves. Okay.
Lewisburg Caves.
Okay.
So. But all right.
We can close this one. Why don't you send this one home, Tony? Since he's gonna take a piss. So.
All right, well, that's us here at Crack Skull Podcast. I'm Tony. That's Corey.
Ted's not here.
Ted had to go tinkle.
Jason's with us.
Jason's here, and bye-bye.
Peace.